everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I'm just turning the other phone on. We're not going to have a long video, but we are going to have a video. So, anyway, Krista's with me. We just got back doing some very basic shopping. And, so of course, I just turning on the other phone so I can read the comments in the chat. And I could see my pink shirt over there. Looks like I'm in frame.
Yeah, we're in frame. Yes, you're in frame.
Okay, so let me see if it's loud enough to make sure that the audience can hear them, or if we have to start yelling at the top of our lungs. I don't think we have to start yelling at the top of our lungs, but you never know.
You never know. We don't want to do that.
Yeah. So we saw Patty today, and she was nice. She didn't act like she had anything bad to say. I think I also showed Krista the tarot card reading as well that I did. So she got a chance to see the tarot reading. And I wanted to ask you what you thought of the tarot reading from what you saw. Okay, I'm going to turn my chair as I see it's on the screen here. So I'm going to be reading the chat on my other phone here because I had to turn the camera in such a way that the thing would be pointed towards, okay, I see me, I see you. That's just a thumbnail. I mean, I'd say just getting rid of looking at this comment, I'll go to your videos. That's my advertising. Skip the ad, please. Okay, so holy crow, did you see those insurrection hearings, Michelle?
What?
The Republicans tried to form a coup. No, I actually didn't look at the hearings. I do know that there was the hearings, but I didn't really watch it. It sounded more of another Democratic witch hunt, and that they didn't really have a very solid, cohesive plan to do a witch hunt against Trump. So in that case, I definitely think that you're watching it too.
Yeah, I'm watching it too, so I can see what I'm doing.
Okay,
I can see the chats. Yeah.
Right, just mute the sound so you don't get echo.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was definitely an issue of definitely was a lot of witch hunting, a lot of garbage about trying to find a way to prove that Donald Trump was behind something he wasn't. I definitely do not see him as guilty of planning or plotting insurrection or to throw the government out. I don't think that was the case at all. That's my honest opinion, that I don't think he did anything wrong. So that's the way I feel about it. I do feel that the Democrats realize that because of a very inept president, that they are not going to win in 2022 for the midterms, and I do not think that they're going to win in 2024 because they have done nothing to advocate or support the American people at this point. So I think, seriously, I think they realize that they have basically lost it all. They have lost it because of their stupidity and ignorance, and I think that's a reality. They're looking at the price of food in the stores right now. You don't have to be no rocket scientist to see what's happening. It is just basically a mess. The grocery stores are expensive. I bought some cereal today for the house. I paid like $4.30 Cocoa Pebbles at Dollar General, when the same box used to go for
$1.50 less.
$1.50 less as of 2 years ago. So yeah, you're seeing prices increases. The price of fuel is going up. It's not going to be long before gas stations are going to have to find a way to add a second position for dollars at the pump. You're going to be seeing gas stations are going to be needing to find a way to add more ability to add for prices. So that they can add another one to the price on their prices per gallon for regular unleaded gasoline. So that's going to be a reality of what is happening.
It's not $5 yet, because Michelle only paid $4.84 for gas, but it's pretty close to $5.
Right. And don't forget also, if you're looking at what's going on in Los Angeles, California, San Fran, it's close to $7 a gallon there right now. You really should whitewash. I'm not whitewashing anything. I'm just saying is given the fact that they cannot even prove anything was discovered, the American people can't afford food or gasoline, and the shelves are bare. Our government, well, let me just say, I went to Dollar General, the store shelves were not bare. But our Dollar General isn't exactly in a big urban environment either. So there was
No, it's not in the
plenty of
big
toilet paper, there was certainly plenty of paper towels. And that's the
People
reality.
don't drive out of their way to come here. Only probably the people around the surrounding areas shop at this Dollar General.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're going to see prices, that they're going up. And they say that right now, on average, the price this year has gone up 8.6% so far.
Walmart
Which
is what you
inflation.
need.
So, which means that the cost of living for Social Security, you're going to be seeing a cost of living adjustment of 8.6% again.
Yeah, we are. We're going to see a better cost of living if you get Social Security or SSI or SSDI. We're going to see like $100 and some odd more
Because they
dollars.
use numbers for June, July, August, and September. And if the inflationary trend is what it is going to be predicted, it's going to hit at least 10%. So we might see a COLA for 10% this year.
Well, that means like over $100 for each check.
That would pretty much be like
$100?
if you get $400 a month.
I get $871.
Okay, so let's see, that's another $87.
Because I didn't get that much in my other check. I only got like $45.
And sooner or later, all the rents are going to go up because the landlord's bills are going up too. So don't be surprised.
Well, I got a cheap rent.
I do too, but I mean,
I really can't bitch. No, I got a cheap rent. Well, you got maybe even cheaper because you don't have to pay for gas, heat. I still got cheap. I got a 2-bedroom,
right.
only $750. She
Yeah,
got
that's
a
not
1-bedroom, but she's got heat included, and that's still cheap.
Oh yeah, I got
She
heat
pays
included.
$800.
Right, so my rent goes up because the landlord said, well, my natural gas is going up. There's not much I can say.
Oh, so he might up you $50?
Cut some of you off Social Security, as the rest of us can have it when we need it. Well, the thing is,
I am not on regular Social Security.
I am. I'm on regular Social Security. I'm on disability.
Well, I'm on disability too, but I'm not on old people's Social Security.
Right, well, SSDI. Well, there is a question about that, which is a regular retirement, is some of the people, I mean, there's this big fat donut hole. For those of you who don't know, if you're above a certain income bracket, I think it's like $150,000 to about $450,000, you don't pay Social Security. But then again, you're not likely to get Social Security.
Oh my God, here's Ed.
But if you get more than
Anybody wanna know what-
$450,000, you got to pay Social Security.
Anybody want to know what Ed has to say? He just texted me. He said, still recovering slowly from the pulled, swelled muscle in my waist and abdomen and groin. Slowly recovering, but could still be a while yet. Still working on getting my strength back, and my anemia problems make me weak. It's like a vitamin deficiency problem.
Well,
Also, they have me on vitamins too, but I need more. Plus, they are not treating my legs like they are supposed to be. And the skin is drying out big time again. They have not been treating it here like they are supposed to be doing. And it's getting worse again. You guys told me to get medical help. I do it, and all they are doing for me is having me here walking. That is it.
Well, yeah, like I said, as far as, okay, like John Heyman, Ed is probably going to end up in a nursing home. Because he's, like she said, he's lacking certain vitamins. I told him to take vitamins. He was like, nah, I don't want to take woman's vitamins. I'm like, well, why? Because it's better than no vitamins at all. You can take your vitamins. It's not going to make you grow instant breasts or anything. There will help.
Well, he could have went and bought vitamins, but he chose to buy beer instead.
Right, exactly. So he chose to do something that his body did not need.
Because Michelle said, go get one a day men's vitamins, and he refused.
Yeah, he just made excuses. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
And he just said he wants to get everybody. He said he wants to get strong enough to go back to get back to Florida with my stuff.
Right. Well, if he wants to ship his stuff to Florida in advance, he could do that too. I mean, but then again...
Hey, do you want to ship your stuff to Florida in advance? To your friend's house?
He alienated Stan.
Your friend's house?
Whose friend's house?
I asked him if he wants to ship his ship to Florida to his friend's house.
Well, that's fine. When he
alienated Stan, and Stan don't want nothing to do with him. I talk to him, but I don't go visit him. Hell, I'm not gonna go visit him. He wants to try to get me to if something really bad happens to him, they call me. I have my own problems, my own family to take care of.
You got a family to take care of. You can't take care of him too, on top of everything.
I'm not taking care of him.
I mean, it's as bad as when Patty was taking care of me. It's going to be the same problem. You're going to have your landlord would basically be screaming, "What are you doing when there's another person in here?"
He can't walk up the second floor.
Right. If you can't walk up the second floor, what is the landlord going to do? "Oh, Mr. Landlord, I insist on the Immigrants with Disabilities Act to install an elevator." Good luck. Jimmy ain't going to install an elevator in here either. Because first of all, commercial elevator requires 3-phase power. Jimmy only has split-phase. There's no way he can install 3-phase. Unless he wants to get an electrician and run a new wire to the pole, and then $150,000 plus the elevator, and then giving some of the tenants in these buildings will probably trash the damn thing. He's not going to do that. Not unless somebody basically gave Jimmy.
Not unless Jimmy could get a grant for that, he wouldn't do it.
Scottish Steve, I agree with you about people getting disability for a reason. Obviously, John Hamm might say, why does Michelle be a TV personality and run a talk show like Oprah Winfrey or Sarah Jessica Raphael?
You want to know something? Michelle has a hearing problem and an eyesight problem. That's why she gets disability.
Right. That's why I'm disabled. It's not because of any mental reason. Although I do have mental anxiety issues, but that's not what I'm on report for. I don't even have my report for my physical injury with my leg.
No, they're not counting her leg as why she's on Social Security.
Because I'm legally blind. That's the only reason I'm on the report.
Yeah, she gets it for legally blind. They don't even give it to her for her hearing.
I could, but I'm not on the report for that either. Because even if I was, it's not going to change how much I get.
No, it's not, because they're not going to say, oh, here's another $100 because you can't hear too good.
Right.
I'm not on the report for hearing neither.
Scottish Dave asks, what do you do for a living, John? Johnny says, good morning, Michelle and Lumi and Krista. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Are you disabled, Dave? John Hayden wants to know if you're on disability in the Scotland. Dave,
yes, I am on disability for various reasons.
A lot of people are.
But I'm not using the system. I worked before in my lifetime. I've worked part-time jobs.
Can't stand people who criticize genuine people for getting disability. And Dave, I owe you an apology about your wall. I'll just leave it at that. But
here, you want to know more about what I said? You've been alone.
I do agree. I think that maybe if you did carry suggestion of just hanging a picture or something over the hole, it probably wouldn't be as noticeable, because I know around my doorknobs there's always like dirty handprints, so I guess I can understand the situation. Although like you, I probably basically busted my back trying to clean those handprints off the door jambs, and because of my disability, I use the door jambs to help direct me through the apartment at night in the dark. I actually don't even have the lights on at night. I just basically go around in the dark. That's the way I usually do things, because one day I know I'm going to lose all my sight, and, because of either age or the cataracts in both eyes or something. So I've learned from being a child, how to work around the house. It's pitch black, and I do. Yes.
I've been alone for years to make it
Yeah.
no difference if someone is a friend they are. If they aren't, they aren't. Got to worry about getting responsible for me for now, and I'm not letting anyone screw me anymore. I'll figure that out. Who in the hell screwed you? Michelle brought you in.
Yes, I did see it. I didn't get a chance to watch it through its entirety, but I will watch it. Well, maybe he's investments in the stock markets or something like that, or crypto. Maybe he's got other ways of making money. Not everybody just makes money playing football in Scotland. But, I mean, it's not like American football, but it's still, he probably does have other investments. At least anybody who's involved in investments will tell you diversify your portfolio, which is absolutely fine. You should do that anyway. The economy is absolutely...
Who the hell screwed you? Who in the heck screwed you? Nobody screwed you, Ed. You would have been homeless if Michelle didn't let you stay there and Jimmy.
Too bad Ed's not even in this chat. I would love to hear him join us live on the chat. Tell Ed to get over and turn this on YouTube and type at us.
Hey, why don't you go on YouTube? I'm with Michelle.
Why
don't you go on YouTube? We're live now with Michelle. I'm at Michelle's house. You have stuff to say? Come on YouTube. I'll say come on YouTube if you have shit to say.
Okay. Ed pissed on everyone here. Why do you even want to help him?
I don't want to help him.
He needs to help himself.
I'm not helping him. He wants his train shit. I'm not bringing it nowhere for him. I'm not helping him.
We still got beer in here. And I don't drink, so I don't know how we're going to do with it.
Dump it out is what I would goddamn do with it, because nobody I know drinks.
Or maybe if Ed gives permission, maybe I can give it to Ray. I'm sure he doesn't mind Bud Light, does he?
He doesn't drink, so... But I can find someone that wants Bud Light.
Sure, I'm sure somebody will take it.
Hey, for free, yes, for free. They don't have to pay for it.
Scott Steve says, why do you think I use a friend's house to broadcast and wear a face mask when I'm on camp? I have no idea. So that's not your house then. Okay. Well, then ask your housemate to please make sure that, try to make sure his house looks nice and tidy, please. I'm not asking because, that was so icky. I don't know. Homeless Mike isn't allowed in here, so
Homeless Mike cannot come here.
Right.
He can't come here. Well, not in this building he can't. And he can't stay here. He was giving Jimmy nor Michelle any money.
Right, that's what Jimmy thought was he said he was a deadbeat, and he is. Homeless Mike is a deadbeat.
He won't go get a job. He won't go get Social Security. He won't do nothing.
No, it just reminds me of from Maynard from the Many Lives of Dobie Gillis. Work.
All he did was take his stimulus check and go give it to someone, give some money to someone to stay somewhere, and then when that amount ran out, he don't have no place to stay.
Right, exactly. But at least he paid somebody to stay there.
Yeah, he didn't pay Michelle a near dime. And
he did help me a little bit, so he wasn't totally that bad. He did help me get some things done. Ed didn't even do that.
No, I helped Michelle more. Ed didn't even sit in a chair. I was cleaning out a closet that
sit in a chair and complain.
He didn't even come over and help us when I was cleaning out a closet that he made a mess of.
We still gotta work on that.
Yeah, next Friday we can do that.
Yeah, we'll do that next Friday, yeah. And then...
Because Ed, when he cleaned up, all he did was throw the shit in there.
Yeah, he just throws it in a big pile. No, it's clean now. No, it's not. Where's everything? Where is what boxes contain what? I don't know, I just shoved it in there. Sounds like somebody else I know.
Who the heck is people... I would stay off of here and get back to work when I was just a millionaire. is when I work even harder to become a millionaire. Don't stop working hard. Michelle, I've been misdiagnosed. Schizophrenic Brian K. What have you been misdiagnosed with, Brian K?
What's that?
He's been misdiagnosed with something, Brian K.
Yeah, I know he said that. Brian K says, let's scroll off the screen here. Oh, let's see. Schizophrenic without free. I've been misdiagnosed. Okay.
With what?
With what? There are people living inside my walls.
What?
Right, that's what he said, schizophrenic. I can hear them breathing inside my walls. What do you mean, John Heyman? John Heyman's saying, look at him saying what the side conversation's going on. Scottish Dave, Craig is my grandfather, and you can't put a price tag on that. Well, he's kind of the internet grandfather, but still, I don't think Craig minds. But anyway, Greg Torkington says, damn, you both need to keep the phone 10 centimeters away from your eyes. Are you both going blind?
No, I'm not going blind, and why?
I am registered blind.
My phone's not that close to me.
Right. Craig Senior says, John, you're right, I love being called Grandpa. I don't mind a lot of people don't realize their age, but at least if you have a question of life, I've lived them all and made the mistakes to help you. Right. Michelle is blind, registered blind actually. I'm registered blind.
Yeah, she is. She has a certificate.
Yeah.
She showed it to me.
Yeah, I'm
With the state of
registered
Connecticut,
blind.
she's legally blind.
That's what they call the United States. It's called legally blind, but I am registered blind using the UK parlance. Sorry, Dave, whatever. I join these streams, usually fall asleep after 5 minutes, and then many details like that. No, I've done the same thing. It's one of the reasons why I sometimes will watch the replays as a way to go to sleep. I actually will watch the replays and fall asleep now. But sometimes I'm trying to keep a note of what I'm doing right or wrong to reach out to the audience. So that's the reason I do that. This girl, Jackie Vlog, says, oh, I misgendered you. I'm sorry about that. It's okay. You misgendered me? Oh, well, let's see what you say.
Who misgendered who?
I didn't even see anything prior to this.
Yeah, who misgendered who?
Well, first of all, I am a female. I am considered a hermaphrodite / intersex. I have, here it is. To you and your man. Oh, I'm just friends with Krista. I'm a woman, brother.
I am a woman, by the way. I'm not a man.
No, she was calling me a man. That's what she said.
Oh, she's not a man.
No, definitely not. My birth certificate certainly doesn't say that. After they did the medical testing, they realized that the doctor made a mistake, and they realized that they had to correct it, and they did.
When you were older, you went and got tested, right?
I got tested back around 2008. Actually, I got tested back in 1990s, but they weren't sure. So then we went back for follow-up, and then Dr. Lemon Bio actually correctly confirmed and said, this is a woman, medical endocrinology always will say that, so she's entitled to all woman's privileges. And my voice certainly is not a man's voice.
Oh,
It
no,
is a
her
little
voice
husky,
is...
but it is, yes, we're both women, yeah. Okay, show, yeah, good. Alright, so, what is it with this gang stalking BS they keep hearing about? I have no idea. I don't know. What do you think about gang stalking? I got my trolls. I guess you can call them gang stalkers, some of my trolls. They are certainly known to be stalking me. The trolls are always ripping me a new asshole. If anyone here hasn't been the Michelle documentary, go watch it. I can post a link to that for you.
Yeah, watch the documentary. If nobody knows about Michelle, it tells all about her
I
life.
tell you everything
Then
about me.
Then you get to know exactly.
Human Terry. If you have Nightbot blocked, unfortunately, you will need to tell Nightbot that you want to talk to Nightbot, because Nightbot will post you the link to the documentary, which I can copy. It's going to be a pain to do on the phone here. I'm going to copy the message. No, I don't want to report it. I want to copy it. Oh, I can't copy it. This isn't my iPhone. I can't copy it. Stupid thing. So go watch the documentary. What does gaslighting in America mean?
What?
It means you're trying to bullshit somebody to make somebody believe in something that is not necessarily right or true. So it's a bullshitting.
That's what gaslighting means in America. Bullshitting someone.
It comes from the movie Gaslight, where you're trying to make someone think that they're crazy or something like that. Does anyone keep hearing those loud popping noises? No.
What loud popping noises?
I think Brian K is playing the BS game. Don't worry about it. So, Scotch Dave says, "Hi Krista, can I ask you what you get disability for?"
What do I get disability for? I have seizures. I have a severe mental illness.
Chuck the Boy says, "Is this the kid in the green shirt? Move your lawn."
Mows your lawn? She don't have a lawn to mow.
No, she's just a friend of mine. She's a female friend of mine.
I'm a female. I'm not a male. I just like my hair short.
And she has 3 kids. She's a mother.
I'm not a male. Males do not have these.
Well, actually, some really fat guys do, actually. I've seen big guys with man boobs that are like as big as that and bigger.
Yes, Goddess Dave, my husband does work, but he's under the table because he gets disability. Because as a kid, he had severe seizures and ended up dying, and then they brought him back to life.
Greg Senior says, "Krista, you are a great person, and obviously you are a woman and a fine woman at that. Caring, loving, and
True
true
to your
to your
husband.
husband. That is what makes a good marriage. I've been married for 54 years this September." In other words, he's been married as long as I've been alive. Congratulations, Greg.
Thanks. For me, you're married. Wow, as long as Michelle's been alive?
Yes, she's mental disabled with kids.
Why? There's a lot of people mentally disabled with kids.
She does have her mother watch 2 of her older ones, but she took on the responsibility of taking care of the youngest one.
Does it?
Any word on Ed's condition? Oh, Krista did read a report from it earlier.
No, he is. Wait a minute. He's writing me on Facebook so I can read whatever he said. Well, he said all this. He said, "Still recovering slowly from the pulled, swelled muscle in my waist, in abdomen, and groin. Slowly recovering, but could still be a while yet.
Batteries in my other phone
He's
here.
still working on getting my strength back in. Anemic blood problem makes me weak. It's like a vitamin deficiency problem also. So they have me on vitamins too. But I need more, plus they are not treating my leg like they are supposed to be. And the skin is drying out big time again. They have not been treating it here like they are supposed to be doing, and it's getting worse again." That's from Ed. He said, "You guys told me to get medical help. I did it, and all they are doing for me here is having me walk. That is it."
No,
That's
Winston
A.
is not necessarily a city of disabled people. Thank you very much.
I just want to get back, to get strong enough to get back to Florida with my stuff. And then he said, you've been alone for years.
Where's the guy?
I've been alone for years. To me, it makes no difference. If someone is a friend, they are. If they aren't, they aren't. Got to worry about getting responsible for me for now. I'm not letting anyone screw me anymore. I'll figure that out. I asked him who's screwing him. Like what? Michelle couldn't get extra money towards expenses, so she just ended up figuring it wasn't worth having me there because I had to pay Jimmy direct. And Michelle listened to those people saying I wasn't paying enough when she agreed to the rental agreement.
Yeah,
with
see,
Jimmy.
that's what it's saying is that Michelle is basically still wants more money out of me. That is not the case. I knew he couldn't pay any money out of the bills. I was well aware of that because of what he just said, that Jimmy wanted him to pay him separately for rent, which is absolutely true.
She realized that she wasn't gaining anything, so she just wanted me out. This is the truth, cut and dry. I went and got the couch extenders and was going to get proper doctors and visiting nurses to fix the bathroom temporarily till I left back to Florida. That was a nice little place and no one bothered us. So what questions do you have to ask me, and I'll answer truthfully.
Chucky boy, Krista's mother raises her two oldest. She's raising the youngest.
There's reasons why. The father got people involved.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with me. I see them.
Krista,
Well, I want to know
please
why
let
you wouldn't
me
go to the doctor
stay.
sooner.
No way. No. She can't. Okay?
What?
He wants to stay with you. Brian Kate says that. What do you do with a job? Scottish Dave was asking. Oral said, did he move down to Hulk Hogan? Did he move down by Hulk Hogan? No, he's still in a rehabilitation center in Connecticut, in Torrington.
He's still in Torrington in a rehabilitation center. He's not strong enough to do anything.
Except complain. I was also very happy to see Patty today, by the way. For those of you who didn't know, me and Patty talked briefly, but it wasn't positive briefly. It wasn't like there was no anger, there was no axis to grind. We all kind of had a nice little meeting. So it was pretty
No,
cool.
my husband is not black.
No, her husband's not black.
And even if he was, what's the difference?
Right,
Against black
exactly.
people? As long as they're good.
I was asking John Heyman what he did for a living, Michelle. And with John Heyman, apparently didn't even bother answering the question. He says, I'm a professional wrestler. That's what John Heyman says. I'm a professional wrestler. Okay. OML, have a nice day, ladies. I gotta run. Okay. Is he mentally disabled as well? I'll let her answer that.
No, he's not.
But he does get disability check though.
He does get disability check because when he was a child and as an adult, he can still get seizures very easily if he's not careful.
Right, Scottish Dave says, apparently John is a professional gaslighter, LOL. Well, that's a job in real life that actually doesn't pay a lot. Because unfortunately, going out there's a lamplighter in the streets of London. There's only a few places in London that still have gas lights. I don't think there's a lot of money to be made in that field. Let's see, Chucky Boy says he fell in love with a mentally disabled woman. Yeah, they're happily married, so yes. Is that wrong? I don't think that's wrong. Why not?
I don't see what's so wrong about being with someone that's mentally disabled. What is wrong with that? Nobody's perfect.
Besides, let's be honest, this channel has all kinds of people of different abilities. This is what makes this channel stand out, because this channel, everybody's welcome to participate. I don't block people necessarily.
Unless they cause trouble.
Unless they really raise hell, and then they get blocked. But most of the time, you are welcome to be
You think
here.
that's what is against the law? Chucky boy, what's against the law?
What's against the law? Okay. I think
John Heyman said he's a professional wrestler, gaslighter as a slang. Krista, Brian K says, Krista, I'm begging you. I'm being interrogated by them and I need help by everyone. Ignore me. Please let me stay. I can sleep under the sink in your kitchen and I won't bother your family.
No.
I cannot have nobody stay there. My landlord will not allow me to bring any more people into my house other than me, my husband, and my daughter. Sorry. You're going to have to find other alternatives.
Oh, Lord. Listen to Chucky Boy. Taking advantage of mentally disabled people for sex. First of all...
I'm not that mentally disabled.
And second of all, she's an adult. He's an adult. They're above consensual age. They are married. They have a marriage license. There's true.
Excuse me, I'm not a teenager. I'm not 16 years old. I'm 40 years old. And he's 49. I am legal age to get married to whoever I feel to get married to.
Chucky Boy,
and trust me, if people thought I was a threat, I would be not out here in society.
Chucky Boy, take a cold shower, okay? None of your shenanigans, all right? Just for now. Just take a cold shower. Stop assuming it's things that you
don't know.
Scott, Steve, who are you asking that question to? Right.
Why are you asking someone about the sexual innuendos?
I don't know. It's just kind of stupid.
Do I ask you about your sexual innuendos? And are you guys all perfect yourself? You're not.
Yeah. Anyway, the thing is that we got some things done today. So I showed Krista the apartment what it looks like right now.
It's a lot better than when Ed lived here.
Oh yeah. Stuff like these health and safety and fire code.
I'm gay, I love cock, I'm just curious about heterosexual. She's not a heterosexual.
Oh, well, because he's gay. It's okay. I don't really know what's explaining the difference about the gay versus heterosexual emotional thing. I don't really know what the real difference is. Theoretically, I'm bi. I'm a little bit of a lesbian, a little bit straight.
She likes both.
Yeah, I like both.
She will go with women, she will go with a man.
Yeah. That table looks a good domino.
I don't know anything about heterosexual because I'm straight as an arrow. I only like men. I don't have nothing against gays. I don't have nothing against anything.
This table I've had since 2004. This table is old, man. This is when Walmart actually made decent tables. This used to have a black leather top on it that kind of ripped, so we took that off and exposed the plywood underneath.
And it still survived years later.
Sitting out on the porch, sitting in the studio, eating on it, putting hot pots on it. This was my kitchen table at one time. It's been rained on. It's wood. It's not particle board. This is real wood.
By their electronic harassment weapons, and the angels inside of my skull said that Krista's house is the only safe zone on Earth. Well, nobody's coming to live with me other than who I have there.
Scott Steven has a legitimate question he wanted to know the answer to. It's not meant to be funny. He's trying to be sincere because he doesn't know anything much about heterosexual sex. He says, do women like getting oral sex? What I'm asking is, do straight women like getting oral sex?
Yes, straight women like to get that oral sex stuff.
Yeah, they do. Some do. I don't. I hate it, but it's kind of icky. I don't like kissing and stuff, but I don't like kissing that part of the body. Thank you. Okay, so that's oh, Dave, are you in the NASQ Discord? Oh boy, we have post a link to Discord. No, Dave is not, but he could have been. Discord. Okay. So.
Max boyfriend was gross.
Last
Like women.
boyfriend was gross. He liked.
Rimming. The heck is rimming?
Rimming is licking the foreskin.
Ew!
Uh-huh.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's one of the few things a woman can actually do to a husband, but it's not really something that
A husband really wants done? I don't know.
I don't know. You could always try it to mention one Ray and see what he says.
Ew, I don't think so.
Yeah, well, you guys are really weird today. What is he? Doesn't get frisky? Is this in spring? It's Alyssa's coming up.
Excuse me, is it because it's springtime and you guys are
Horny.
horny?
Yeah.
In the wintertime you're not horny? You like licking assholes? That's nice. Keep that to yourself.
Okay, keep that. I don't need. I don't need to hear that. That's gross. Thank you very much. No. Oh God. Some of this stuff, guys, is not something I want to cover on a regular basis. So we're gonna ignore your questions if we don't like
No,
it.
my ex like that. Why are you guys talking sexual today? Don't you have something else you could talk about? You know, we're out on the porch.
Brian K said.
We're out on the porch, and downstairs from Michelle is little kids.
Yeah.
They don't need to hear this stuff.
I don't want to hear it either.
Downstairs is a 2-year-old and a little baby, and I don't think the mother would appreciate.
2 years old is going to necessarily understand what you're talking about, but there are older people that do watch this channel, and I really would like to keep this channel from being considered limited. No, so I mean, if this continues, I'll have to delete this video. And I mean, I'll be honest, I really would be disappointed to have to do that. But I don't want to go any further than we have covered at this point. So, yeah, I don't want to go through any more about this discussion.
Who was the guy that walked in earlier?
Probably a neighbor.
A neighbor? She got neighbors, you know?
It's an apartment building. Of course, you got people that walk.
She lives in an apartment building. You got people that walk in and out all day.
That's the central door that goes to the 3rd floor. Everybody goes in and out that door.
This is an apartment building. This is not an individual house.
Right, and even if this was a house, it could have been like a 2-family, 3-family.
Yeah, it could have been like mine, 2-family, 3-family.
Yeah, this is a bigger building. This has got 10 apartments in it.
Technically 10, but he
4
rents out
apartments
9.
upstairs, and it was 6 apartments upstairs and 4 downstairs.
Yeah, but Jimmy keeps one of the apartments
Is
for
the
him.
porch communal? Yes, it is. Yes, the porch is a communally shared area among all the tenants.
Anybody can use this porch.
Anybody can use this table for that matter. I don't usually care if someone sits down at the table. I just ask them to keep it clean when they're done and not leave a mess.
No, well, anyways, yes, I used to live here. And downstairs, only 2 apartments downstairs have access to the porch.
I'm not trying to dance on this table.
I used to sit out here with Michelle all the time. Anyone could sit on these porches. I could come from the 2nd floor and sit on here. I used to live in apartment 1 for 3 years.
Yeah. Landlord may not be the best landlord in the world, but he ain't the worst.
Oh, I've seen worse. Ones that won't come at all and fix your crap. Maybe he doesn't fix it exactly 100% the right way, but he'll make an attempt.
Yes, I think Krista has always had a mental disability. Okay. Craig Sr. said, Krista, just ignore the stupid comments. It's ridiculous. Let's get on to another subject. I'd like to talk to Michelle about a power pack for the apartment in case of emergency. Okay, that's what we were talking about yesterday.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay, now, First of all,
Yes, Scottish Dave.
there's a variety of new technologies out there, including solid-state lithium batteries, which are much safer than the standard ones that we see on the store shelves now, with lithium and lithium phosphate. Or there's another one, there's another chemistry. But the newer type of solid-state lithium batteries called lithium ceramic batteries, LCBs, feature the fact that they are non-flammable. They don't use an electrolyte that is likely to be corrosive or burst into flames. Unfortunately, Krista, your cell phone, my cell phone use the older chemistry, so make sure not to get your cell phone above 300 degrees Fahrenheit or it will potentially burst into flames.
Yeah, I know. I don't get my cell phone hot at all. When I start seeing it get a little hot, I stop using it.
Yeah.
Let it cool down.
Right. And I haven't priced up the power banks yet.
What do you mean, what's sticking out of the side of whose head?
What?
I don't know, Papa something said, what the heck is sticking out of the side of her head?
Oh, my ears.
Not me. I have nothing sticking out of the side of my head.
You don't have nothing sticking out of your side of your head.
Except for my hearing aids, which are right here.
Those ears. Yeah.
But they don't stick out of the side of my head.
Not your head, no, but they stick out of my head.
Yes,
Yeah.
Michelle has the ears, not me.
Right.
Michelle, I'm very proud
I
of you.
play a blood elf in the World of Warcraft.
Hey,
Krista said, Michelle, I'm very proud of you and wish others folks knew what it was to have your disabilities and you have handled them with maturity and perfectly adapted
Scottish
life.
Dave, you
So
don't
you're able to
understand.
do.
Where are
Right.
you
Thanks,
from? You're
Craig.
from Scotland.
I'm
Wait a
still
minute.
working on it. I'm still working on it after all these
Okay,
years.
Scottish Dave said something. Scottish Dave. We live in the United States, me and Michelle. $1,600, $1,700, $1,800 is not a lot of money. Rent, most rents, 95% of rents are $950 to
Yeah,
$1,400. $1,700, $1,800 is not a lot in the United States by far. We are poor. We are beyond poor.
We are below the poverty
We are
line.
below the poverty
Actually,
line.
I'm just about at the poverty line.
Rents
but
are
Krista is
usually
below.
$900 to about $1,300 for rent, an average rent.
And I don't even have a rent subsidy.
And I don't get help paying my rent. I'm not in a low-income place that goes by my rent. I don't get what's called help from HUD, which I
Right.
don't know if you know what HUD is,
Or any other
Scottish
kind of a
David.
rental program like Section 23 for Native Americans or anything like that. The fact of the matter
We all
is,
pay, with our little bit of money, we
I
all
pay-
pay regular rents like anybody else.
I pay full rent like everybody else.
I don't get no help. I don't get somebody paying half my rent for me. I pay the full $750 every month.
Yeah.
So I am not rich. My husband is left with about $120 a month. That is it. I am not rich to do what I please with my money. I don't get somebody paying half my rent and I only pay half my rent.
Well, I don't know much this state, Scottish state, but in the United States, he's from Scotland.
Yeah, that's what I said.
We do have some programs which is somewhat similar to available from the WPA, Workers' Pension Administration in the UK. But the sad truth is the paperwork is intense, painfully
Excuse
aggravating,
me, Scottish Dave. None of
and
us
nosy as hell.
None of us get our rent paid for. What are you talking about? I know you're in Scotland, but me and Michelle do not get our rent paid for. I do not get free rent.
I used to have a subsidy. I actually
used
walked
to,
away
but-
from it.
I do not get a pay. Nobody pays my rent.
Right.
I do not get free rent. Right? Do you get free rent? Because here in the United States, there is no such thing as HUD anymore. The HUD housing list is closed. So if you have HUD, you better not lose your HUD.
Well, HUD still exists, but the list is closed. Which
The list
means
is
they're
closed.
not taking any more new applications.
They're not taking any more new applications.
Right.
Low income takes you 2 to 4 years to get on.
2 to
and-
4 years, sometimes
And
even
all
longer.
they have is either low income or disabled housing for the disabled and the elderly. which you cannot live there with children. I do not get help paying my rent. If I do not pay my $750 a month, then I don't have a place to live.
Right now, Krista's daughter's being watched for her husband. Okay? And she gets food stamps like I do.
Why do you care who feeds my children, who clothes my children? You don't have to take care of them?
Michelle, what do you feel is the best and longest lasting battery? Let's see. Well, let's see. Right now, the newest technology, which is, I think, would be best, may not have the same amount of energy density, but it certainly is the safest. Right now, it appears to be the solid-state electrolyte batteries, which is being used in some of the new Nissan cars. They have a little bit lower energy density than the standard lithium-ion with the explosive combustible electrolyte, but they're safer. You can even cut the batteries when it's working. And if
yes, Chucky boy, I can prove that I'm married. Want me to somehow send a picture? You can't send a picture on here, so I don't know how the hell I would show
but I
you.
wouldn't bother.
And
He's just a troll. Just ignore him.
I'm not gonna show you my husband. Sorry.
He's just a troll. Don't feed the troll. You want to make sure he's not getting neglected.
My kids.
So, what does it matter? Why would your kids be neglected? Her husband's taking care of her daughter right now.
He's not my husband. I have a roof over my daughter's head.
I know, but I mean, it's right now, your daughter's being watched for your husband.
Yes.
Right.
And even if he wasn't being watched by my husband, if he works, I have a mother that can watch her if I wanted some time to myself. You know, mothers have a right to have a day or so a month to themselves.
It's like John Heyman says, Michelle is comfortable in that apartment, and they both don't know about all the programs to say available to them, but there are a lot of programs that can help the both of them. There are some.
There are some, but there's not. I have
Depending
tried.
on the states you're in, there is programs that may still be open.
I am in Connecticut. I don't know where you are, John Heyman. But in Connecticut, I have tried. I had a caseworker at my counseling place try to help me with lower rent. There is no HUD list open. You cannot apply for HUD because there is no HUD list openings. Whoever's on HUD is lucky they are on HUD. The only thing from here where we live to the other side of Connecticut, which is 2 hours away from us, is either disabled and elderly housing, which you cannot have children live in the disabled and elderly housing. And the only other place is low-income housing, like this building, for example, could consider low income if they wanted to make it a low income.
Right.
But there is no HUD, there is no other programs. There's programs for drug addicts, and I'm not a drug addict.
Right, and alcoholics.
And they get more help than a person with mental illness or a person that goes to work and is struggling.
Here's a shocking thing, Krista, right now.
Me
the
and Michelle
you said are full. So now they're not getting help either.
Well, but anyways, me and Michelle feel proud that we every month pay our rent and don't get any help. At least we could say that we pay our rent without somebody helping us.
We pay our rent on time.
Even if we don't, and I moved out of here because I needed a better place to live with my daughter.
I have not been behind my electric bill, my heating bill, anything in years.
I'm not behind on anything neither.
And I have been, taking care of my own apartment on my own since I moved out of my mom's house, back in 1996. So I have lived on my own since 1996, and trust me, I've lived in some pretty dumpy places over the years, but this is one of the better of the dumpy places.
I've been on my own.
At least I got a porch. I've got a nice backyard. I've got, it's kind of a quiet neighborhood. You don't get gang members, shooting members in the streets.
Well,
deals.
Winston might have some shabby streets, but Winston is for all a quiet town. Nobody bothers nobody. Yes, there are shabby streets, but you got shabby streets in every town you live in.
I get my Social Security and disability, Gianni, that's all I get. And food stamps. That's it. That's all I get. And of course, you know, the income from YouTube. And that's all I get. That's my income sources.
Well, me and my husband get disability, and when it's this time of year, he knows the guy that has a painting business. He gives him work under the table because if he worked over the table and you make too much, you lose your Social Security. And he goes out and mows lawns for people, so he gets like some money mowing lawns. He doesn't sit on his butt and do nothing every day.
So, Craig says, Krista, don't even reply to these stupid messages. Nobody's business but yours. True.
Yeah, I won't anymore, Craig. It's just...
Some of these are just nosy people that just keep asking stupid questions because they're trying to get a rise out of everybody. Craig Sr. says, Michelle, I believe what kind of batteries are in my Nissan Leaf 2003. I have lost 3 bars of power in range of about 60 miles. I would bring your car, if you can, I would bring your car down to a shop.
A dealer that
deals
with electric
and
cars.
see if maybe you can get them to look at the battery and see how much it would charge you for a replacement. Honestly, it might be cheaper to do a trade-in.
You just trade your car in?
Yeah. Yeah, don't talk about my other table. Don't talk about anything that's secret.
Okay, sorry.
I don't think that it's good to stay under the table. LOL. Well, personally, I think the newer battery chemistries that they're coming out with, I think this
last longer.
The lithium the ceramic battery, the solid-state electrolyte is going to be a much better choice once they become more available because they don't explode. You can even cut them when you're using them. You can actually cut them to size. So if you need a smaller battery, you can actually cut them to fit into space allotted for your purpose. They have a flexible structures. You can fold them to fit into small spaces as well, which is a nice thing if you're making wearable electronics. You know, I can't think of anything right now. Okay, let's say I wanted to make a fancy bracelet. And I want this fancy bracelet to have little LEDs all around it that shows different colors or patterns. And so instead of having a big lump, i.e. like my watch face here, for battery, you just got the battery will be glued to the back of the band.
Yeah, and wouldn't it be like small little cell batteries sort of?
So then it basically would be, the newest ones are paper thin, flexible, solid state lithium ceramic batteries, which will allow you to fold them and roll them up. And then they can still charge, you can overcharge them and they'll survive fine. This is a whole new technology that they come up with from the manufacturer, the company that's designed it, which is going to be using in the Nissan Leafs, or is it the Hyundai? These batteries do not explode, unlike a Tesla, which is using the chemical liquid electrolyte that is very susceptible to heat. Or if the battery gets punctured or damaged in whatever way, where the battery can explode. That's the reason why this new lithium ceramic battery technology is much better. The other kind of batteries, I really wouldn't want to have a solar power pack in my house because in ways they're more dangerous than the hydrogen battery, like a standard lead acid battery. But the lead acid batteries, of course, have problems of their own. Obviously, you need that water, and they tend to be heavy as heck. But the newer technology, batteries definitely is a much better technology. They're working on this now, making it more mainstream. People actually had a hard time believing that the creator of the lithium-ion battery, his last name, by the way, is not a joke. It's his real name. It's called Good Enough. Good Enough pointed out is, well, at the time the lithium-ion battery was created by my company, it was good enough to start with. But like Sam Breakstone, after a few years, he said, you know what, this really isn't that good. We need a better battery. Have you ever remember those Sam Breakstone commercials for Scottish cheese? Not good enough! Now! Because some idiot dropped a box in his foot. Anyway, the point is that they've been working chemistry now for batteries to make them have the energy density while keeping the safety in fact in mind. So these new batteries, as Great Scott proved, are much safer. They don't explode. They don't swell up. They're lightweight. The energy density is not quite as high, but you know, if the batteries are inexpensive enough, I could buy like, I could easily get like, let's see, so about 383 watt hours. So let's just say, let me calculate this out real quick here. All right, let's just say 400 watt hours. Okay, so each one is 4 volts. That's a full charge, by the way. So let's just say 4 volts. Full charge, you can get 24 volt output by taking 6 of those batteries, canceling them in series. It'll give you about 400 watts of power, and then you can put them in blades of parallel units to get you 24 volts at about 1200 watt hours, which would give you a lot of power to run small household appliances like cell phones and TVs, radios, maybe even a coffee pot for backup power, which is what we need. Given the fact, as I've told you about this, that there is a concern that we're going to have an energy shortage this summer because the power grid right now is Lake Mead Reservoir of Hoover Dam is just about bone dry, empty. There's not going to be getting much more electricity out of Hoover Dam soon. Hoover Dam is going to have to shut down. There's several other hydroelectric plants out west that are in danger of shutting down as well because they don't have enough water in the reservoirs because the drought, severe drought is happening in the west and midwest. So that means that also, unfortunately, because of Biden's stupidity, there's a lot of coal plants that have shut down and been decommissioned. These would have been a way to make up for the
unfortunately, Craig Sr. says, Michelle, unfortunately, there's not any place on Long Island or even nearby that replaces the batteries, and they run about $5,000, but I wouldn't mind because I only paid $4,000 for the car with 43,000 miles.
Yeah. So in that case, maybe then, Craig, maybe you might want to consider
just trading it in. Why don't you just trade it in,
Just get it traded in and use that money, whatever they'll give you, towards a new car. That's what I would do. You know, because...
Or another used...
Or get another used one.
Another used electric car. I would trade it in then, if there's nobody that can fix it for you.
Not for a reasonable price, right. If the company or third party mechanic that has training like the electrified garage could say, okay, I think...
Craig Sr. says, Michelle, the car was always garage, kept by a professor at Stony Brook Hospital, and he passed away. And his wife liked me, and she gave me a deal on it. It is perfect inside and out. Chucky Boy says, Michelle.
Yeah. Craig Sr. says, folks don't understand
that
60-mile range is perfect for
all around
Stony
town.
Brook Hospital, and he passed away, and his wife likes me, and she gave me the deal on it. So it's perfect inside and outside, right? So it's a nice little in-town car.
And he said, Craig Sr. said, folks don't understand that 60-mile range is perfect for all around town driving. And my other Honda CRV, 1999 for long trips. Yeah, it is. I wish I could afford 2 cars and afford an electric car because it would be perfect for around town, and it would be perfect for even going to Torrington because Torrington's not that far.
Right, Torrington is what, about 7 miles away, literally.
Torrington's 10 miles away.
So 60-mile range on an electric car would be good for you to get to Torrington.
And back.
And back, right. And of course, it would be a lot cheaper than paying $7 a gallon for gas.
Someday it's going to go to 7, yeah, I have a feeling.
Someday it's going to go to 10. I got a feeling it's going to go up to 10 because of Biden's stupidity. Yeah,
That means for $20 you only get 2 gallons of gas. That's ridiculous.
right, exactly. Let's see. Now, the only thing is I have to keep an eye on the battery on my phone. So I need to go over and check my battery on my phone because unfortunately I don't have that charger. Chucky Boy shows leg. Oh, whatever.
Chucky Boy says I have big legs.
Oh, I got big legs too. Because I carry a lot of muscle. I carry a lot of stuff. So let me take a look and see what this battery is on this thing. Because I don't have it plugged into the charger.
Yeah, thank you, Craig Sr., for timing him out. He's just acting like a jerk.
Yeah, we're just about out of battery, so
we're gonna have to end the show because
have
he's
to end
out of
the show.
battery.
Because we're almost out of battery on the phone, and I didn't bring it in the house to charge. So everybody, we came.
Sorry, we have to.
we
Sorry.
talked.
Yeah, sorry she has to end the show early.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't do it earlier, but at least we did come up on camera, and that's an important thing. So everybody, I just want to say thank you very much for coming today. Please don't forget to let other people know of the show. I really, really would love to see more people come. The morning shows have been doing very well.
The night show's not so much, right?
So that's something to keep in mind. So for now, let me go back up again. Talk to you guys later.
We're gonna have to talk to you later because her battery's dying.
Yeah.
Have a good day, everyone.
Yep. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.